Alright, this week working the little shop. We work on the KTM. We're having spokes on the tires leak. We have some spare parts up on the wall to keep them, so that looks kind of nice. Then the heater out from the big shop, got that wall mounted. This one does have oxygen sensor in it, so you don't have to worry about any gas or whatnot. If the oxygen level drops too low, automatically turns off. So when you get the tire off, tighten up all the spokes. Then we got some Loctite clear silicone. I'm going to put this in there and just seal up the spokes permanently. But before we do all that, we need to go ahead and get this set up so we can actually break the bead and get the tire off. We tried to do with tire bars last time, took way too long. Alright, finally got the tire breaker together, or the bead breaker. So hopefully, should be able to adjust this, go to the edge of the rim is, press down, and just spin the tire on this. We have some clips here, so if we don't screw up the rim, and be able to actually get some leverage and break it, versus trying to have someone stand on the side of the tire and get big bars, then hopefully they don't slip off in the tire flying. Now we actually need to get the tires off and start working. Tapping this loose because I don't want to put a bunch of pressure on it when it's on a stand. This way I can jar it a little bit and just loosen it up without having to put a bunch of torque and risk knocking the bike off. You can also leave the nut on, thread it a little bit, then tap it. That way you're not hitting the threads and screwing them up. At least be able to get this most of the way through. Once we get through on this side, just be able to pull it. Get the axle all the way out. So just put jack under and press down. Force the tire forward a little bit. Let's see if we can get this chain off. Here we can use the suspension tool. We can weave it in, angle, and just rotate the chain off. There we go. Gotta say, it's kind of the first time I've seen that. One link's just hooked onto that and the whole tire won't come off. Gonna do the same thing we did on the rear. Get this lined up and just kind of tap it loose. Once we have the end cap off and removed, we have some T40 bolts. There's two of these on each side. We need to loosen those up. Then we should be able to slide the axle out the left side. So I guess you need to set this down, then rotate the shocks out, or at least one at a time, to get the brake calipers clear. This one may not be that bad, but the rear one I had the bead break and then tire pop off the rim, so it just sat there spinning on the railroad crossing. So I'm going to go through and tighten these. From what I've seen on the internet, the best method I saw was just go every third one and just start from the stem so you can keep count, then go and just start like on the third one, then 1 2 3 tighten, 1 2 3 tighten. So you're going from the inside to outside, so you keep the tire aligned, you're not warping to side to side. Then once you make it all the way around, start on the next one closest, same pattern, then on the one closest to the stem, then all the way around. Then when he was doing it, he wasn't doing more of a quarter turn to get to tight. If you do a quarter turn, it's not tight, you just go around again. There we go. That's one done. hopefully the rear's not much worse. Get it turned this way. There we go. This, yeah, that's flat. Find this one. Actually might be kind of hard to get to the other side off this. That's so much easier than what we did.
You've been on the monkey around what you were doing before.
Rather than spending a half an hour to do that. May not work on the trail, but it's fantastic in the shop. Cool, 90 tie bars. Alright. We got the Bike Master put together. This one's way easier to break the beads. Literally took 5 seconds per side maybe. So we got the beads broke. Now we just need to lube it up and pop the tire off. You can just use dish soap or whatever fancy lube you like to use. This is cheap, so it's what we use. Just be able to lube it enough and get it around so you're not getting too much wear and tear on the rim or the tire. If we plan on reusing this tire. So I didn't think it had this good rubber piece in here because it was leaking out the spokes when we tested it. But it looks here that's not lined up along the lip all the way around. So here, nice and flush. Then get up here and it's kicked out. So it's probably leaking the air out through here. So we can see if we can get pushed back in and might use some sealant on it there. If you haven't learned the key to these is to cut off as low as you need. Not do a big thing, have a giant glue pile. On here, that's a tiny little bead we need to run. So we're gonna get some towels, wipe it down so we can go around it, and just put a little bead behind it. The original plan was to tear the rubber piece out and just seal each individual hole. Because I thought it was like the DRZ where it didn't actually have a good piece in here.